Hey there, Erin Chase here from $5 Dinners, and this is my weekly Dinner Made Easy show we do every Wednesday. And today we are making instant pot mac and cheese all in one pot. I can't wait to show you this. So this is going to be a little bit longer than my typical Dinner Made Easy show. I try to keep them to 10, 12, maybe 15 minutes. This one's going to be a little longer because we're going to actually let it cook, and while it's cooking we'll have a little chat. So if you just want to watch the cooking part, we'll start in a minute, and then there will be a lull in between while the mac and cheese is cooking. It only takes a couple minutes, and then we will finish out the recipe. So I'm just going to keep it a long video. So if you're just joining us tonight, let me know, 1, if you have an Instant Pot, 2, if you've used it yet, 3, if you need help using it, and 4, what you're having for dinner tonight. Okay, I know that was a lot, so just tell me what you're having for dinner tonight. And then maybe let me know when you're going to make this Instant Pot mac and cheese. Hey Tracy, hey Cindy, hi Day. It was fun to see you and your granddaughter earlier today. So Instant Pot mac and cheese. We're going to jump right into this because we have some time to kill on this video, which we have some things to chat about, but we have some time to kill. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually cook the pasta in here. So this is 3 cups of chicken stock that I've already added in there. And I'm going to add a little bit of Dijon mustard. I absolutely love Dijon mustard in spaghetti. I think it's like, I'm making a mess here. This is almost out. It's like the best, like secret, not so secret ingredient for mac and cheese. So we're adding that in here just to get that in there. The pasta is going to soak up this liquid, this stock and this now Dijon mustard. So we're going to do that. So this is 3 cups of chicken broth, about a tablespoon of Dijon mustard, spicy brown mustard, whichever you prefer. Lisa, make this for dinner, girl. You probably have everything you need. It's just like mac and cheese ingredients, right? Tracy, they're going to love this. All right, this is a pound of spiral pasta. You can use any kind of pasta. I would recommend using a small shell, so that could be elbow, that could be penne, that could be the mini penne. I would use a smaller shell pasta for this one because I like the shape. And I think that this rotini is like pretty when the macaroni and cheese is finished cooking. I'm doing that. I also like it because with rotini pasta, you're going to like this one. Like all the cheesy goodness that we're about to pull together on this, all the cheesy goodness sneaks into all those little spirals in there. Ah, so amazing. Okay, so what we need to do here, and then we'll catch up on comments if you have any questions. You're going to want to just like, here's the part where I can't give you a specific number, okay? But I'm going to show you what you need to do. You need to kind of like press it in a little bit, okay? Just press, not push. We don't want to like push. We need all of this to be covered in liquid. So you're going to need to add then, in addition to this, Amy, right on, girl, they hold more cheese. That's what I was trying to get after. That cheese that gets into those chicken cranes. You're going to need to add to this maybe a cup and a half of just water. So we want to get it so that all the noodles are underwater. You tracking with me? This is the part where I can't give you a specific answer. Like I just added almost a cup. So it should be about 4 cups total liquid. I might add another little dash just to get some of these guys we want all these guys underwater. Okay? And then we're going to get this thing started. I'm going to add a smidge more. So I'm adding like a cup plus like a tablespoon, maybe 2 tablespoons. Okay, but we need all of these guys underwater. Does that make sense? You tracking with me there? Hook me up with a heart if you got me on that. So this is, if you're just joining us, and we're gonna get this cooking here. If you're just joining us, this is 3 cups of, I'm seeing it in the video that I can't see over here. I'm cooking backwards here, by the way. This is 3 cups of chicken stock, 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard whisked together. I added a pound, 16 ounces of rotini pasta, any small shell pasta would do. And then I added about a cup plus a couple tablespoons of water. And I can't give you a specific amount of water, but you need all of the shells to be underwater there, okay? So we're gonna turn this on. This is backwards, you guys, I'm sorry. And I need to clean this, apparently. All right, we're gonna set this guy to sealing. Let me move it a little closer here. You're gonna set this to sealing, okay? Let me move it back so you can see what I'm going to do. I did not add salt to that water. I will add salt afterwards to taste. So I'm going to do manual. I made eggs earlier today, so that was 7 minutes. I'm going to bump it down to 6 minutes. It's all it's going to take is 6 minutes. Now here comes the boring part. It's not going to be boring because we're going to talk. We're going to answer questions. Okay, this will just take a second to click on. So now it's on. Now it's going to come to pressure. Once it's finished coming to pressure, it will take 6 minutes to cook, and for the sake of time, I will quick release this. You could let it natural release, but for the sake of time, I'm going to quick release this. Okay, so I'm going to switch camera mode, and we're going to talk about Instant Pots. Did you get one for Christmas? Are you getting one? Did you order one? We're going to talk about for a couple minutes, because we probably have about 8 to 9 minutes to chat here. So thanks for sharing this. Thanks for, I'm gonna get in my stool here in a second. Hang on. Thanks for sharing and liking. Okay, here we go. So I want to chat about the Instant Pot and why I love it and how I use it, and I want to answer your questions. We're going to take this as sort of like a Q&A time. If you are like, I don't really care, I don't want to hear Erin talk for 10 minutes, totally get it. Come back in 10 minutes because then I'm going to show you, I got to get out all the ingredients. Actually, they're still in the fridge. We're going to then make the macaroni once this is cooked, right? So we're going to do that here on this same video. It's just going to be a couple of minutes. I thought about splitting it up into 2 videos, and then I just decided, no, we'll just stay on and we'll do a Q&A and we'll answer questions about the Instant Pot and whatnot. So I'm going to track back up on your comments to see. Tracy's having cheesy tortellini. Girl, you got to make this soon. And lots of cracked pepper on the end when you're done with this. I love cracked pepper on the on macaroni and cheese. Okay. Terry, this is a great recipe to get started with. Actually, my favorite recipe to start with on the Instant Pot is hard-boiled eggs, which I just mentioned. I just did those earlier today. Okay, we're tracking. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for liking. Okay, Karen, there's no need to be afraid. I've literally just shown you what you need to do to get it started. So if you have a question for me about the Instant Pot, let me know. I want to share a couple of things that I've noticed and I've seen in groups and whatnot. Instant Pot just released, I think it's version or generation 3. I think they call them generations. They just released their 3rd generation of the Duo, I believe. I could be slightly wrong on some of these names, but anyways, they've changed the buttons on them. And let me show you. So here, let's see. I don't want to disturb this too much. You can see here is the manual button. So the manual mode, I have the Duo, I believe the 2nd generation Duo. This is a 6-quart. Amy, I also have an 8-quart. It's sitting over on the counter over there. And I'm thinking about redoing one of my pantry sections to just be all appliances because I have 2 slow cookers, 2 Instant Pots. I have an air fryer, and I just ordered one of the multi-cooking systems. It's not the Ninja brand. It's actually the Instant Pot brand, but it's the multi-cooker where you can do the oven, the slow cooker, the skillet, and maybe pressure cooker. Anyways, it should be here tomorrow. Carrie, we just started. The pasta is in here. The pasta is coming to pressure. It's going to take a couple minutes, and then it'll take 6 minutes to cook. So we're just doing a Q&A. Okay, so back to the manual button. So this is the model that I have that's, I believe, the 2nd generation model. It has a manual mode button. The newer ones, I think it's over here now on the corner, if my memory serves me right. I should have double checked, but it says pressure cook. So instead of manual, if you have a newer one and you're like, well, Erin said push manual in that video, really it's pressure cook is the same as manual. So I just wanted to throw that out there and just let you know that that's what that is. Mandy asks, this is a fantastic question. Yours is coming on Monday, and she asks about healthy recipes. I will share a link for you here when we're finished. I'll share a link, Mandy, of I think some of the best recipes are the sort of paleo style recipes where they're just kind of like meat and veggies and sauce. Sorry, I was looking around because it feels awfully dark in my kitchen, but maybe it doesn't look dark to you. It just feels dark to me. So I think some of my favorite types of recipes in the Instant Pot, I love roasts. I love because they cook really nicely and they slice really beautifully. I also like other shredded meats, pork roast that you can shred, chicken that you can shred. And the other thing that I absolutely love, I'm going to move this away from me. It's like right in my face, and it's going to start to make a couple noises. But I love chili or any soup. And the reason I say that is because of the way that the Instant Pot infuses flavor, the way that it uses heat and pressure to infuse flavor. Like anything that's got that really rich flavor, like chilies and soups, they've got all those fun flavors playing and hanging out together. I think they turn out really nicely. And they're just really hands-off as well. Let's see. John says there should be no fears. Yes, these are not the same. That's a great point, John. These electric pressure cookers are not the same as a stovetop that you would use for like canning or other pressure cooking. They're very easy to use and you don't need to be afraid of them. I think pressure cookers in general have a bad rap. And so I think that's why people get scared of them. Jennifer, the best recipe to start with, I think, is just hard-boiled eggs because you're like, oh, that was easy. But and they peel really nicely, but there's lots of different ones you can do to get started. I think this is also a really simple one as well. You cook the pasta and then stir in all the cheese and the cream and the butter, right? Bobby asked about using the slow cooker setting. That does not sound right. A pork loin did you brown the pork loin first? I would brown it maybe and then try the slow cook setting again and make sure that it was slow cooked the actual entire 4 hours. That sounds really strange to me. Not sure how to help you with that one. Jennifer, you can use this one to make cake. This model that I have does not have a cake setting. I believe it's the Ultra, the 10-in-1 or the 9-in-1 that has the cake setting, but you can use this to make a cake. You would just use different settings and different times depending on the recipe and depending on what kind of cake you're making. Let's see. Other questions? Now's your chance. This is still coming to pressure. We might be on here a little longer than I thought. Other questions? Pressure cooker questions. Okay, a couple of other thoughts. Actually, let me pull up that page. I have some ideas on picking the right Instant Pot for you. Let me switch over here. Sorry to be reaching at the computer. I'm going to switch to this mode. Okay, I'm glad that was helpful. All right, so this is which Instant Pot is right for you. I'll take off that deal of the day since it's no longer there. I love my Instant Pot. There may or may not be a photo of me floating around the internet hugging it. That's what I do. So a question about the size, right? The most popular sizes are the 6-quart and the 8-quart. There is also a 5-quart and there's a mini 3-quart. The 3-quart, I would say you would want to use just for like smaller side dishes. I don't have a 3-quart. I probably wouldn't even buy one. I thought about it last week when they were on sale, and I decided not to because I already have 2, and 2, I need more space to make food for this crew of mine. I have 4 boys, and my husband and I, so I even just using it to steam broccoli. I already have 2, so I don't really think I need another one. The Duo and the Luxe have different pressure functions. So the Duo has high and low pressure. The Luxe only has high pressure. There's a couple of different, like 9-in-1. There's now a new 10-in-1, and that's the different number of cooking functions. I say most home chefs would just need the 6-in-1 or the 7-in-1. You're going to start to hear it steam. It's almost finished coming to pressure, and then it'll click on to cook. So you can see here, there's some recommendations for different sizes of families. If if it's you, if you're a dink couple, which is dual income, no kids, if you're a couple with no kids, or empty nesters, or you're just cooking for yourself, or yourself and your neighbor, or whoever, right? If it's just you cooking for 1 or 2 people, you could probably get away with the 3-quart or the 5-quart. But if you have a larger family, you're going to want to go with the 6-quart or the 8-quart, just because of the amount of food that it will cook, right? I would skip the Luxe and just go straight in for the Duo 7-in-1. That's my recommendation for you there. The Instant Pot Duo 6-quart or 8-quart is by far the most popular model. They just released the Plus, which is the 9-in-1, and then they also have the Ultra, which is the 10-in-1, and also has some Wi-Fi functionality, some Bluetooth and Wi-Fi functionality as well. So there's lots of different options to choose from. But this post, which I'll share here on the video when we're finished, is helpful for figuring out which one is right for you. All right, keep your questions coming. We're answering them. The reason we're in this lull, if you're just joining us, we're making Instant Pot macaroni and cheese all in the Instant Pot, right? So, which essentially means we're cooking the pasta in the Instant Pot, and then we're going to stir in all the cheesy goodness when it's done cooking. So that's why we're waiting. We're in this lull. I thought about breaking this up into 2 videos, and then I thought, no, we'll just do one big video and we'll do a little chat in between while we're waiting for this to cook. So this should start, it actually just started cooking. Let me show you. So it switched modes. So I'm sorry, this angle is kind of strange. It did say on while it was coming to pressure, and when the time starts, that means that it's actually cooking the pasta now. And you can see also on top here, sorry that it's so dirty. I do try to keep it clean, but I've used it a couple times already this week. Where are we? Oh my gosh, I can't do this. There. That's up, which means it's all fully on pressure and we are in cook on mode. So this will just take a couple minutes and then we will be able to quick release it. Okay, so back to your questions. All right. I bought one 3 months ago. Lindsay, girl, get it out. This is the simplest, most kid-friendly meal that you can make in it, this Instant Pot mac and cheese. So if you missed the beginning when we're done, go back and watch, and then you can cook this. Okay. Lisa said, I started my pasta. Can I add ham and broccoli with it? Okay, I think I know how to answer this, but maybe a little more context would be helpful. But I think I would cook the pasta as soon as it's done cooking. There will be a little bit of liquid left in there, and you can toss the broccoli with it and let it steam in the Instant Pot, like on warm mode with the lid off, right? Does that make sense? And then the ham you can just stir in and it'll warm up when you stir in the ham even after you stir in all the cheese. But if you're going to add cheese to this, like make a mac and cheese with ham and broccoli, I would not cook the ham or broccoli with the pasta. I would cook the pasta alone. Then I would toss in the broccoli to let it steam with that really warm liquid right after it's done cooking. And then I would stir in all the butter, the cream, the cheese, and then add the ham at the very end. That's probably the order of operations for that one. I think that's what you're asking. I hope that answers it. Okay. John, I'm reading your comment. Oh, you should try this. It's super good. Cook the pasta, add all the other goodies. Okay. Candace, don't be intimidated. And we were just talking about this a minute ago. Electric pressure cookers have a bad rap because pressure cookers are scary to people, but they're really not. I'm trying to help kind of demystify that and teach you how they work. Melissa, I have a slew of freezer to Instant Pot meals, and I will totally share a link here when we're finished up with the video. I am going to, we actually have a whole category in our freezer cooking program that is dedicated just to the freezer to Instant Pot type meal. There's a certain type of recipe that does really well in that situation. And you're definitely going to want to, let me get this out for you real quick. I hope it's right. Oh no, I used this bowl. I just used it for the pasta. Okay, so what I would do, here's a pro tip for you. I'm getting out my bags. All right, so if you're gonna make, let's say like chili, because chili is one of my like most favorite freezer to instant pot. You're gonna put all your chili here in to go in the freezer, right? So you brown your ground beef, you open up your tomatoes, if you're adding beans, your veggies or onions or whatever, right? So put all the chili ingredients into your bag that you're gonna put in the freezer and let it take the shape of this bowl, right? So you're gonna actually put the whole bowl into your freezer, and then once it's frozen, you can take the bowl out, right? The reason that you wanna do that is because if you put your chili, let's see, if you flat freeze, let's pretend there's food in here, you guys. Bear with me for a second. This is almost done cooking. If you flat freeze your chili like this, right? This is, well, at least for the 6-quart model. The 8-quart model will probably fit. But this is too wide. Like if you're going to try and put your freezer meal into the Instant Pot insert, you're going to like be jamming it in there and it won't fit. Does that make sense? But if you freeze it round like this, and the chili takes a round shape, I call it the frozen ball of delicious, okay? You can take that round ball of delicious, thaw it for a couple minutes in a bowl of water just to loosen it up from the bag, and you literally put the whole thing frozen right into the Instant Pot insert. You add a cup of water or broth, and then you start cooking it. And it cooks, it defrosts itself, and it cooks in the Instant Pot. Takes about an hour, but it does it. It's completely hands off. So chili is one of my most favorite things to freeze, but you can freeze other things. Roasts are a great one. Roasts in a sauce, roasts, and I wouldn't necessarily do roasts and veggies, and here's why. We've only got 1 more minute left on this. Roasts and veggies. If you're going to freeze, like, let's say you have like a pot roast and some baby potatoes that you're going to not cut, leave whole, onions, carrots, maybe celery, or whatever you want to do with your, Sunday roast, right? If you put all that in with the meat in the Instant Pot for an hour, because meat roasts usually take anywhere between 50 and 75 minutes to cook, depending on how thick they are. If you put all of that in, the potatoes, the onions, the celery, the carrots would be annihilated. They would basically be turned into gravy, right? They would just be so soft and so over pressure cooked if you leave them in there that long. But you can do like the roast in a sauce, either make a separate pack of veggies to kind of go with it. You cook the roast with about 10 minutes left. You just open the lid, quick release it, open the lid, add the veggies, cook it for another 5 to 10 minutes. Let the vegetables cook at the end of the Instant Pot cooking cycle. Does that make sense? So the pot roast stays in there the whole time, but the veggies go in only at the very end. That's the best way to do like roast type meals from freezer to Instant Pot. Okay, I hope that's helpful. Lisa, you got it. We're tracking. All right. That wasn't scary, was it? Here, let me switch to camera mode. Is that scary? I'm over here. Hello. There's my dirty sink. Oh, you guys want to see how my computer is mounted? This is really funny while we wait for this. Can you guys see my computer? It's on a bowl and another bowl. It's like stacked on 2 bowls. How about that for behind the scenes? All right, so this is coming. We're releasing the pressure. A steam is basically coming out. It's not very hot though. I should clean this while we're waiting. I feel like this is really dirty. All right. So was that scary? For those of you that were scared, you see that, right? Like that was not scary. It just makes a loud noise. Hey, Sandy. I'm glad you're here. So the very first time I did the release, once we had this a while ago, my dog started freaking out. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot we were over here. Thank you, Lindsay. I apologize. My bad. Why won't it switch over? There we go. I'm sorry, Lindsay. You're right. I'm glad you suggested that. I was just watching the little picture. Sorry, guys. My bad. All right. So you probably can't really see the steam coming out. All right. It's finished. The little indicator dropped. We're ready to open up. All right. Now, steamy. I always open my lid and take it right to the sink. What about that, you guys? It's like magic. It's not like magic. Hook me up with some hearts if you like that magic. It's done. The pasta's cooked. So easy. And it's been cooking in that chicken stock and a little bit of that Dijon. Now, there is liquid in here. I want to show you. And that's okay. Let it be in here. What we're going to do now is take this out of the base. And that liquid will, 1, evaporate, and 2, thicken and become a part of the sauce. Okay? Hang with me for a second. All right. Hang tight, hang tight. All right. You with me? All right, so you can see there's a tiny bit of water in the bottom. You probably can't really see it. We're just going to stir it, let some more of that steam off. It's okay that it's there because it'll just kind of melt into the cheesy sauce that we're about to create here. Okay, isn't that magical? It's magical. Butter, cream, all the kinds of cheeses that you have. Where's the... All right. There's nothing diet about this macaroni and cheese, okay? So if you're gonna make homemade mac and cheese, just make it go all in, right? Just go all in. I'm trying to get some of that light glare off of there. Sorry. Okay, is that a little better? It is magically delicious, Sandy. All right, again, we're not trying to skimp on the calories, y'all. This is homemade mac and cheese. We're gonna add a couple of tablespoons of butter. Now this is like box of macaroni and cheese style, right? Butter, cream, shredded cheese, a whole lot of shredded cheese, more shredded cheese. I mean, more butter. The more butter, the better, right? You could do a diet version if you really wanted to, but... Hey, Steve. I'm sorry if you can hear the pounding that's happening in our family room upstairs. All right. I think I'm going to do about 4 tablespoons. All right, you with me? And just stir that in. They should melt pretty quickly. I wish I could send this through the computer, you guys. So good. So you can see it's still losing all that liquid. There's really not much of that watery liquid left in here at all, actually. So let me recap as we go here. We had 3 cups of chicken stock, a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. I added in the pasta, dry pasta, and then I added about a cup more of water to get all the shells underwater. We wanted all the shells to be underwater, just like if you were making like a skillet meal, okay? Now, we did the butter. We cooked it for 6 minutes on high pressure, 6 minutes. It took a couple minutes to come to pressure. And now we're gonna add in a cup of heavy cream. If you wanted to do another kind of milk, that's fine. I'm just saying, don't skimp on this one. And we need to do this fairly quickly because we need the heat. Because this is kind of a one-pot situation, we need the heat from the pasta to melt all the cheese. I mean, be liberal. I'm just going to do cheddar. Be liberal with the cheese, you guys. You're going to need like 3 to 4 cups here, so. And then that will melt right in. See, isn't this like, are you just not freaking out? Don't you wish I could pass this through the screen? Oh, seriously. Oh, it's so good. Sorry, you guys. Sometimes I can't control myself. This good food. Okay, let me finish. I mean, can you see that cheese just like melt? Oh, it's like magical. Okay, so I'm gonna finish mixing this up. And then I might just maybe I won't call the kids down for dinner and maybe I'll just eat this all myself. What do you think? Would that be selfish? That'd be selfish. I'll probably share. All right. So let me do a recap as I get this ready. Holly's just joining us and she wants to know from the beginning. Let's go from the beginning. 3 cups of chicken stock in this Instant Pot insert. 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard. 1 pound of small shell pasta. I used rotini because I like all the cheesy goodness in there. And then we cooked that for 6 minutes on high pressure, manual mode for 6 minutes. We quick released it, stirred out a little bit of the liquid, added in 4 tablespoons of butter, a cup of heavy cream. You could use whole milk or even 2%, but I say if you're making homemade mac, go big or go home. 3 to 4 cups of cheese. You could do a mixture of cheeses. You could do mild and sharp cheddar. You could do, you could get fancy and use Gruyere or other types of cheeses, whatever combos you like. You could do something a little milder with like Colby Jack and Monterey Jack. You could do spicy pepper jack and Colby Jack. Like you could do kind of different, whatever cheesy combos you want. I say if you can try to use 2 to 3 different types of cheeses, that's great. You can mix in some, like a half a cup of grated Parm just for kicks. And I'm just going to do this because I'm not going to get out another. I'm sorry, but this is just, is that coming back into focus? Let's get closer. Let's see if we can get a close-up of this. What do you think, you guys? It's kind of bright with the light there. A little cracked pepper or fresh pepper right on top. So good. All right, that's Instant Pot mac and cheese, all made in the same pot. Well, start to finish, it took 30 minutes, but we got a little chatty. So probably start to finish about 25. So the Instant Pot, they say, takes time. This doesn't really take less. The Instant Pot is like this faster, right? In this particular case, it's not really that much faster. It's more of a, hey, that was easy kind of thing. So that's the mac and cheese. Add the pepper on top, and that's what we have. All right, so here we're finished. I'm going to throw the recipe link on here as well as that which Instant Pot is right for you. I'll add that here so that you have those for reference. I hope you enjoy this recipe. I hope your family enjoys it. It's kind of become one of our like staples. It's easy for a quick weeknight meal. It's a great side dish if we're doing something else. So if you want to do mac and cheese one pot style in the Instant Pot, this is the best way to do it. We love this recipe. It's super simple, easy to adapt with the different types of cheeses, and I hope that this was helpful. Yes, and you don't have to babysit the boiling water. You don't have the water boiling over on the stove. It's just super easy. The pasta cooks really nicely in that chicken stock in the Instant Pot, and then you just mix in all your cheeses and your butter and your cream and everything. So it's super delicious. Wish I could pass it through the computer to you, but I can't. Alas, you'll have to make it yourself. Let me know how it goes. And I will see you guys on Sunday, Kitchen Hacks Live. I have a new surprise for you. I can't wait to tell you about it. Have a great rest of your night, and I will see you again soon.